Santa Claus conquers the Martians. The myth, the legend, the ultimate movie. Sometimes considered a sequel to Santa Claus 1959, the Mexican movie with the devil, but they are completely unrelated because this was made in Long Island. But they are indeed very tonally similar. So you will see some bundle DVD packs with the two films together. So what the heck, Walmart? We open up with some opening credits with a cute little animated Santa Claus pushing around some misspelled credits. Set to a bunch of kids singing a really bad song. Then we actually open up. Apparently Santa gave up the whole secrecy thing because he's giving a live interview on television. Santa Claus is played by John Call, who honestly does a pretty decent job as Santa Claus. He's a very appropriately jolly guy. He has a decent look to his Santa Claus. He's got a nice and charming voice. Downside is he's also a chain smoker. And Mrs. Claus even shows up, being the first movie to actually depict a Mrs. Claus, which is so bizarre.
Everything is A-okay, Santa.
Good man. Winky is in charge of our space department.
Santa invented the first Space Force, and that elf is dead inside, much like me.
Now here is the latest toy rocket. It runs on real rocket fuel.
Really?
Ah, the 60s and their casual disregard for safety.
What's in the pipe that is smoking?
Meanwhile, the Martians in their very, very silly helmets are complaining that their kids are spending too much darn time on the TV and they're not getting enough sleep and food, and if this movie was made today, it will probably be the internet or phone they're complaining about. And fun fact, this kid is played by Pia Zadora of Hairspray and Lonely Lady fame. And apparently the Martians have such processed food that are literally in pills, and after sending the kids to their hanging beds, they go talk to Tim the Enchanter, and he's all like, Mars sucks. We ain't got no Santa Claus, and all the kids are depressed. It's so boring here. So the adult Martians decide to reapply their green makeup so stop running when they sweat, and they choose to kidnap Mr. Santa Claus. But unfortunately, they got the Santa Claus ringers out so they can't tell which one's which. The Salvation Army is weird, and also a scam, but that's another video for another day. And then literally immediately the news finds out about the Martians, so we call in the US Air Force and their army of stock footage. But that was completely pointless because the Martians land on Earth and find two kids and force them to take them to Santa Claus, armed with the most deadly weapon they have in their arsenal. The Whammo Air Blaster! Shoot highly compressed air for freezing effects at your enemies. Buy one today at Kmart. Oh wait. Buy one today at Toys R Us. Oh wait. Buy one today at Walmart. Oh wait. Buy it on Amazon. Heh, another win for the great Jeffrey Bezos. And then the kids take them to the North Pole, which really they could have just flown up, so I don't know why they brought the kids. The North Pole seems to be entirely made up of styrofoam and constant aurora borealis. The kids try escaping, but then are attacked by a guy in a terrible polar bear costume. But then are saved, and kidnapped by the Martians again by a guy in a terrible cardboard robot suit. And after 2 years of looking for Santa's workshop, we finally make it there, and the Martians send in the cardboard robot. The elves try defending Santa Claus, but he just uses that Karl Marx charm and seduces the Martian robot, just for the Martians to immediately run in and use the Whammo Air Blaster's highly compressed air for freezing effects on their enemy, and kidnap Santa Claus. Why wasn't the Air Blaster just Plan A? And kind of wild that they're reporting this on the news. Oh, and there's some rebellion going on in the Congo. It'll probably be bloodless. And the UN talks about the Santa Claus crisis. And North Korea probably takes responsibility for it. And then Martian Amazing Atheist is laughing about Santa Claus saying, "Marshmallows?" But then John Bolton over here is like, "Bah humbug." So they finally get Santa Claus to Mars, and he just kind of laughs and everyone goes along with it.
Someone call the space police.
And then he sets up a new workshop. All right.
Oh no, he's automating. The elves are gonna be laid off.
But then John Bolton's like, automation and giving people free stuff? Socialism! We have to stop this! So the PragerU crew decides to go stop this happy doing, like they always do. And then this Martian, Droppo, decides to put on some Santa Claus costume because, I don't know, he just felt like it. And if he's so happy, then that kind of goes against the Martians all being like depressed because they don't have Santa Claus, but
Then again, Martian Pauly Shore over here started popping pills beforehand.
Malted milk. Chocolate cake. Banana split. With whipped cream. Oh, my finger isn't tired. I think I'll go down to the workshop and make some more toys. Ho, ho, ho! Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell.
He gets kidnapped by John Bolton, Tucker Carlson, and Marjorie Taylor Greene because they think he's the real Santa Claus, continuing their goal to make people miserable.
the real Santa Claus finds out about the sabotage, so he puts together a task force to stop them. The crew of Fox News tries kidnapping the real Santa Claus, but then the kids stop them and throw toys at them and just complete madness. What was the point of the cardboard robot with Santa Claus like befriending him if it wasn't going to come back to like save him from the evil Martians? Whatever. And they finally decide to arrest John Bolton and Marjorie Taylor Greene. As they should do in real life, but that's another story. Droppo becomes the new Martian Santa Claus. Santa Claus now has a new branch office to make more money off of. And I guess he steals the Martian spaceship and him and the kids go home. And that was Santa Claus Conquers the Martian. Sometimes known as the worst movie of all time or worst Christmas movie of all time. And really, not really. I mean, it's definitely bad, but I've seen far worse Christmas movies than this. Yeah, the title's kind of a letdown. There was no, like, actual conquering of the Martians. Other than culturally, I guess. There's also a comic book, and of course this is most famously from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Everything is super low budget, cheesy, and the acting's exactly what you would think from this kind of movie. It's definitely a so bad it's good Christmas movie. I would not say it's good, but I kind of thought it was really funny to watch.
Being a bad movie, but also an entertaining bad movie, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. It isn't painful to watch, but it isn't good. I recommend it if you like watching bad movies or if you're interested in it. Otherwise, stay away.